Alright, welcome to February, where we're doing Valentine's Day almost every day. And y'all love to hate. And that's what we're talking about. Welcome to another conversation about Dokkan. So, I went through Truth's stuff to make sure he's got all the in detail. I might have missed some things, but just a once over, y'all are complaining about the 11th anniversary too much. So, straight up, I'm going to throw this away. Truth keeps mentioning it. Truth needs to stop. A lot of people also need to stop. The 10th anniversary is currently a one-time thing until the 20th. If we get anything near that, it is to slowly, gradually get to that point, or just completely, we're not going to get something like that until the 20th. Well, yes, every anniversary should try to outbeat the first one because you're existing for another year longer, so that means you need more to keep people interested. You can't just keep doing little. And you might notice like a table move this much every year. You kind of need to actually reevaluate the room. So straight up, throwing it out, the 10th anniversary is not to be compared to the 11th or any other celebration because it is a major celebration of a bookmark in their history. So what we're going to do is compare the 11th anniversary to the 9th anniversary. So straight up, let's get into the countdown. I'm just going to go back and forth. So straight up in the countdown, the 9th anniversary introduced an Easy A happening in the Easy countdown, while the 11th anniversary did it as well, and they both did one. So be quiet, similar. While the 9th did UI STR, the 11th and Annie did the Carney Jump'em Goku. From that one thing, Hot Shack. While yes, UI Goku is going to be more hype, I think the Jump'em Goku is going to be way more useful in terms, because even though UI he was good for a good while, I never used him after all the other units came out at that point. But going on to the rest of them, just to kind of rapid fire a lot of these, was there teaser videos? Yes. Were there a live stream to tease the upcoming event? Yes. Was there a countdown images in game? Yes. 10-1. Same thing. Was there a fan meetup? Yes. Was there a new stage for Red Zone? Actually, we just renewed them all, so you got 1 stone for clearing it and a bunch of missions. Here's a bunch of crap for, you even got more missions on top of it. So, yes, it's nothing new. You just got a bunch of stones for renewing all of the blue and red zones. Music from the anime. Yes. And people like me, content creators, hate it because we got to mute the game or possibly deal with copyright issues. And especially Don from, not Don, Daima's theme is just ridiculous. I got blocked for 2 seconds. You can just get smacked out of the air for that. But Annie coins, these are the things that you can take them, go into the Baba shop and get some cool stuff, including Kai's and all that. Similar. Elston, there is some new stuff, but that's going to happen with every anniversary. You can't just be it's better because this is in there. Well, that wasn't there probably last time. So Annie coins, I'd say, are about the same. Annie tickets. So much better. So the 9th anniversary was the beginning of the of these tickets, I think. Well, no. Annie tickets always existed. But this time, instead of just like randomly getting some SSR or some like random LR, you get the choice of getting a Dokkan Fest or a Carnival. What? Yes, 11th anniversary. So they were like matching. The countdown EZA is a little bit better. Then we just got a bunch of like cool, dragon stones from the red zones and blue zones. And then now you're saying the Annie tickets are worth so much more. And then not on top of that, yes, the red zone tickets. Yeah, I want to pull on some very old unit. Well, guess what? Here's a bunch of dragon stones. Like I said, I'm sorry. It's really showing its distance here. Um, so a thing I did notice that the ninth Annie did, and a lot of other anniversaries did, that the 11th hasn't done, is a bunch of story events. But I think we've made up for it in other stuff, especially the blue and red zones. But like one thing I did get peeved about now that I looked back on the ninth anniversary is we got 77 stones. Like it was even before they did the challenge. We got more stones in the live stream for the beginning of the anniversary. They got 77 back then. We got only 50. So that's kind of a little crappy. And then the part one headliners, you're not going to beat Ninth Annie because it was Carnival Gogeta and Dokkan Fest Broly. Those two characters alone are some of the biggest characters in Dragon Ball. You're not going to beat them. Well, yes, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it may be Daima, but it's still Super Saiyan 4. I think still has very similar hype. But Daima, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, get out of here. You're not even in the conversation. The only thing I would say is that this is new. Well, yes, it is a little later new, but it's still new. We will get into it at the end of it, but for the most part, I think the Daimas were just, they waited too long. Yes, we had the mini versions, but I think the adult versions are where a lot of people got hype from. Well, yes, the introduction of Super Saiyan 4 canon and Super Saiyan 3 canon was nice. The adults are where a lot of the action was. There was the art giveaways. They did this in both Part 1 and Part 2. Sadly, that is nothing for Global, but people for JP, similar, so you can't really... The story events for the free-to-play characters, we had the Super Broly first form Frieza that looked like a skinned lizard, and the LR Beerus. Well, yes, the stages, I think there was a lot more stages for that event and gave you more stones. I think the three Tamagami, all three Tamagamis are way better than those two. Well, yes, they're only slightly less stages, but the EX attacks are a lot more worth it for these characters rather than those two characters. And then there was the Skill Orb event. This was I think it was a Broly event for Super Bosses. We made up for it with 2 challenge events and the Link level keys, the blue ones. I think Link levels are worth more than Skill Orbs because Skill Orbs are just popping up left and right. They're not worth anything. Especially with the new Whis event. Well, yes, it sucks versus Whis before. There's still more, there's better things in there, just a lot more to dig through. Rainbow tickets, similar, because the 9th anniversary introduced the idea of using the tickets to get the characters. The only thing that does suck is that we just got the 44% from GDC. It does kind of suck that we're not feeling that here. Blue Zone was introduced, so we got a brand new bunch of new stages and stuff. Like I said, I think the Red Zone and Blue Zone getting renewed, and there were new missions. I think that kind of makes up for it. title. There was a new like significant specific title. You got that in this anniversary. Um, Here's the bad thing though: is the new characters introduced. Um, Broly had Domain, which helped the entire team, while Gogeta like saved the entire team with Taunt. And then, well, yes, it is stronger in a sense with support. The EX supers, while it's cool to see you be able to voice super attacks more often, the RNG for that crap is not worth it. I am definitely going to give Taunt and Domain over EX super attacks. The fact that you have to rely on pure RNG rather than just, hey, this turn you'll get these sets. I'm going to give the 9th anniversary a better setup. Then you have the banners. I'm going to straight up give the 11th anniversary better because the Dokkan Fest for the 9th anniversary was the 7th anniversaries. So those are 2 years old. They're not getting easy 8 in this one. The 8th anniversary Z, it's a year old. It's not going to go good with the events. Worldwide Zamasu, while good with the current stuff at the time, it would be killed off very quickly. And then you have the banner unit, which was the Golden Frieza. He was good with Broly, but he didn't do too good because Super Bosses got nothing that year. And then for the 11th anniversary, we got 10th anniversary Vegito. Well, he doesn't do a lot. He's very good, especially with his leader skill, and like he still holds up versus what 8th Annie Z did. 8th anniversary Z coming back versus what 7th Annie was. 7th Annie versus the 10th Annie Z that's about to get an easy A. So you got a recent 10th anniversary that's good. The same anniversary unit that's going to be easy Aing, and then versus Worldwide Zamasu, you gave us GDC Blues, which is like still top 3. And then Majin Du, which is just a strong unit by itself, and then not to mention the Daima characters are supporting so much better. I already straight up have to give it to the 11th anniversary with like better, long-lasting characters. Then you have the Carnival banner. I hate Carnival banners. There's too much on there. They need to take away the gold coins or at least limit what can be on there. That way you can get the characters you're there for, because I'm going to summon on the Dokkan Fest every single time from now on just because I know I'm not going to get screwed. I mean, I'm still getting screwed. The fours ended up me having to use coins, but like Carnival Trunks, the 10th anniversary Gohan, both of those were good. Well, actually, 8th Annie Gohan just sucked from the start. Carnival Trunks was okay, but he died very quickly once like the damage was too strong for him. 5th Annie Broly. He's getting an easy A. Not a good one, though. And then Carnival Metal Cooler, while he could give you a revive, he wasn't worth summoning for. And then you have the Carnival of this anniversary. Carnival Broly, not the greatest, but at least like a lot of older stuff could get help. Carnival STR Goku, he's okay. You know, not the greatest, not the best, but you got something worthwhile. So already you have something that's at least okay-ish, and it's gonna go okay. Carnival, I'll go Frieza. No. And then GDC Rose. GDC Rose is way worth more than all 4 of these characters on the 9th anniversary banner. I messed up. It wasn't It wasn't Carney Gogeta. It was Carney Broly. Carney Broly and GDC Rose beats out the ninth anniversary banners by themselves, but having EZA Carnival jump 'em Goku and having Go Frieza, who's good in some events, throw that other banner away. Sadly, there was no fan event challenge because there was a fan meetup stage that was given for, I think it was full power Jiren. We didn't see anything from that this year. But still, so far, that little takeaway versus a bunch of other stuff to make up for one another, 11th anniversary is looking pretty good there. And then going on to part one's actual stuff, you have the logins, same stuff. Awakening medal missions. Okay, so now you can awaken your characters a lot easier. Well, guess what? The 11th anniversary does the same thing and gives you it for other characters because all Dokkan events, except for like the ones that are like random, what they drop, you get almost the entire game is supported by the missions now. Not the same. So 11th anniversary wins that. The new Dokkan stage for Broly. We got a new Dokkan stage for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The anniversary drop unit. We had 9th Annie Gogeta. He was okay, but getting an awakening to 10th anniversary Goku and have an EX attack, better. 11th anniversary wins again. Redstones, they were okay at the 9th anniversary. 11th anniversary, so much better because not only do you get a lot more Dokkan Fests and LRs, not only is it staying forever now, but it's also getting characters that are like decent right now and actually getting supported right now. Like, I'm going to mention it later, but there's the boosted characters. They're on there, and then not only do you get the like meh characters, but the 6th anniversary characters. Well, into Blue Evo is not going to be great. UI AGL is still so good. That's a good pickup. So just throwing that on the Redstones, 11th anniversary wins. Premium, like Purple Stones, similar. Like at their time, these characters came out that time. These characters came out that time. Same. Stone sales. I'll mention it again eventually later, but technically 11th anniversary has it better, but in terms of just the app store games, similar. Terrifying, the territory challenges. This is something, well, yes, the new challenges and stuff do kind of make up for the content. What happened to territories? This was the thing that they introduced 2 years ago, but we just got like, I think 3 or 4 of them. Why are we not doing more of these? We are throwing so many domains in the game every few months, but we're not getting any more territories. I will say 9th anniversary wins on that new mechanic, but like it made no sense in the end. So I think both take a L there. Support memory level up. There has been no level up in this anniversary. And then new Battlefield, almost everything gets new Battlefield, so similar. Teen. What in the world am I? I'm gonna have to turn this off so I can get through this. Team Bardock and Ginyu Force were every day at the beginning of that event. I think we just get that, like, period. So that's nothing new, but we'll still say it's the same. I don't know what he's on about. Sorry, my brother's irritating. All EZAs and the Dokkan Awakenings return. We get this at every anniversary, so that's the same. EZA for the 5th anniversary Broly. Both part 2 of 8th anniversary get their EZAs, and they're good. So just one of those outbeats the 5th anniversary Broly. So you're getting 2 and the Super EZA of the LR Trunks. New support memory. I don't think we've had one. We still got some time before it's all done, but we're lacking in a memory. Link level event. We sadly got a skill orb event. I personally care for the link level events to be available, which we got keys for, but I want to just be able to do those every single day by using my stamina. So sadly, I think the 9th Annie has to take that just because skill orbs, like I said, are just, they're so generous with them, it's no use. Not to mention, it's like you get better stuff by doing other things. We're in part 2, by the way. I did not mention that. We did get the Pan Mineral Water event. We just got that back in the New Year's. But we have not got anything for a new thing. Actually, we did kind of get it with the later stages of Daima. But I don't think they're the same. I think the Pan Water event wins in this terms. Next was the EZA of the physical LR Blue Boys, the Kaioken in Evil Blue. They were pretty good, but not the same as Tech Pan, my boy. Tech Pan is just a lot of the older content. The Blues, they were okay, but I got killed so many times with them. Pan is just a juggernaut. And then not only that, but we're also getting we got a Super EZA for Int Blue Vegeta, which is good by himself too. So the fact that a Super EZA beats them, and you getting the stones from the Tech Pan event, and Tech Pan is just an additional better. I'm going to say they're beating EZAs and the number of them easily. Next, we got the Part 2 headliners, Beast Gohan in Gamma 1 and 2. This was what I was meaning. We should not be hard on the Daimas. I mean, while yes, I can see why. It's just the fact that we did not get a proper Beast Gohan. We got the active skill of the New Year's LR physical one that a lot of people call not Beast Gohan. But the fact that you didn't get that guy, or you have not had an Orange Piccolo yet. You've had the Giant form for an active skill, and you had the Beast Gohan for an active skill for not even a year. So it's like, the fact that they even gave you something quicker, like yes, you got Gammas 1 and 2 and the New Year's LRs, so technically you got them together. I still think Daima came way faster than the superhero characters did. Because I think that they got that back in, that was the beginning of the 8th anniversary. So technically, you didn't get Beast Gohan or the Gamma's like big bad stuff until 2 years later. I think Daima straight up should be forgiven for this. Only taking a year to come to us, leave it. Leave it. But I'm gonna say part 2 of 11th anniversary is straight up beating Beast Gohan and the Gammas. I don't care if you really like to use the Gakok 3000 on Beast Gohan or just Gohan in general. And I'm sorry if you're an Androids fan, but they have nothing on the Tag 4s and they have nothing on the Tag UI and Evo Blue. Just Evo Blue and UI Goku alone, just those two. Well, yes, Beast Gohan, he gives he's good for a few turns, versus just the one turn. Well, actually, it's technically 2 turns for the Tag UI and Blue. It's just, he only has one turn of the taunt, and then he starts going downhill. And then there's those two, which are like, as long as you meet the requirements, we're smacking them up, and we're dodging as long as there's no dodge canceling. Um, and then just like the fours, I think are just better in terms of like support. Um, well, yes, they don't have the strength of Beast. They outright beat the Gammas. If you want to say the UI and Evo goes against Beast, beat him, and then the fours go against the Gammas, that intelligence unit is way better than that one. And then let's see here. The anniversary unit EZA. That the ninth anniversary was the one time they did it in one go. We just got the awakening of the 10th anniversary. I don't think. I mean, we should technically get this EZA. That way it feels better. But I don't think we're going to get it. But it's just still, even with his EZA, I still think the 10th anniversary awakening is better than the EZA of Gogeta. Moving on to burst mode, we got two of those. We got one for each part. So I think either they're equal, because I may have missed part one's burst mode, but technically, if they didn't, burst mode is technically winning on the 11th anniversary. The 6th anniversary EZAs, we haven't gotten 8th anniversary units, but we have not missed an anniversary EZA since, what was it, the 7th anniversary? Well, the first and second kind of just came out of nowhere. The third and fourth getting EZA'd in the 7th, and then ever since then getting an EZA for all the anniversaries since then. I can't see why they wouldn't give the part ones. Not to mention they were on the banners. So, not to mention is that the tag fours are literally their best friend. Because I think they're both power of they're both power of wishes. They're both Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Well, no, it's GT. Power Beyond Super Saiyan. I think it's Power of Wishes is their third one. But they're on there, and the GT one alone is on the 220. So I think it's best for them to EZA now while there's a unit who can support them. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the stuff right now is just boosting the attack they would do. So I'm guessing we're gonna get and match the 6 Annies with the 8th Annies. And I think recently both cards are getting, like, I think the 6th anniversary was the one time that they did not do one of the units right. Because it's like 3rd anniversaries matched, 4th anniversaries matched, 5th anniversaries matched, 6th UI was better than blue. 7th anniversary, well, I will say both of them are very similar. Definitely the GT, because it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You're not going to put him down and have him similar to a non-fusing Gogeta Blue. So I will say they might give the GT. I mean, GT AFIs, I think are having a better setup right now. So I wonder if the Zs might get a little put down. That way it's a 3 in a row. But definitely we match the 9th there. Free to play anniversary EZAs. We are still waning, but we're probably gonna see the EZAs for all 3 of the Tamagamis. If not, I still think these 3 free to plays outbeat the LR Beerus and the First Form Frieza. There's no comparison. Even when they were just before they were awakened, I think they were pretty decent, and they actually did something. but with them with EX attacks, it's no comparison. Um, let's see here. Easy of the worldwide Vegito and the Buhan. I don't know what we could do for this one because it's like basically they're gonna knock out two in a row of some of the things. I think what they're doing in this anniversary and the last one, because what was the worldwide? Oh no, they did the Namix, so no. I think they're gonna hold off on the cooler stuff for later, either for a Namek Saga event, or we're gonna see Resurrection of F be redone in Dragon Ball Super, like we're doing Dragon Ball Super Beerus. I wonder if like later this year, like November, December, we see them. Like October will be Beerus, November, December will be Resurrection of F. There are very small amounts of episodes in those things, so I can see them doing a drop for the Battle of Gods characters like the EZA Saiyan Day God Goku, and then later they'll EZA all the cooler movie stuff. That way, if they ever release a Namek, a Final Form Frieza or something else for Frieza, they get their brother as a good thing. And then if it's Namek Saga Super Saiyan Goku, him getting a Revenge of Cooler Super Saiyan best friend and the best friends of that have it in their Dokkan Fest being Super Saiyans. I think it's good. So I don't know what we could get. Ooh. So we could either get worldwide early and get like, because they're all Future Saga, and that would be amazing because we have the GDC Blues. They would fit on there, and woo. And then if we get the Blues from the Worldwide 2023, they can jump on most. Actually, not most. I think they would be on Daima Goku and the Fours. Actually, they would also be on. So they would be 3 out of 4. They would not be on Daima Vegeta, but they would have to be on everything else. So Worldwide 2023 would be nice, and then I'm only gonna pray that we either get Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Heroes. It'd be nice to get if they just dropped 2 waves. If we got the limit breaking Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, and then limit breaking Broly and Vegeta, that'd be a good one. Just getting the limit breaking Goku and Vegeta would be nice right now. But the best thing that could happen is the Tanabata units getting an EZA. Because right now a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and a Omega, I mean, I really don't want Carney Omega to EZA right now because it's just, there's already 2 Omegas that are decent on that team. STR, not the greatest, but at least there's that. And then Dokkan Fest, you're going to run him over the Carney probably because he's still pretty good. But it would still be a best case scenario if Dokkan Fest and Goku happened. I mean, what you could do to make up for it is do what I think it was the 7th anniversary do, and just super easy the 3rd and 4th anniversaries. That way, the 3rd anniversaries will go on GDC Blue Vegito, and then the 4th anniversaries can go on Tag 4s, and I think they would be on Daima Goku as well. I mean, they also, both of those the 4th anniversaries would go on the Daimas. And then the only one they wouldn't go on is Tag, UI, and Evo Blue. But that's a worldwide EZA is yet to happen. Same thing with the anniversaries, but if history repeats itself, which it does, we're getting something to match those. A new Dokkan Fest event which we did Beast Gohan, we did get the Tag 4s. Um, the banners, yet again, I'm going to have to give it to 11th anniversary because for the Dokkan Fest, they had the 6th anniversary Goku. He was good at the time, and he was getting an easy A, so right there's a win. But the GT 4th anniversary was not good at this time. Well, they were good with older content because they were last year. Not the greatest going forward. Worldwide, Blue Vegito. Good Dokkan Fest, good leader because it does super units, but I still don't think it's worth it because it got killed very quickly after that. Same thing with the Zamasu. So, and then they straight up ruined the banner unit by having 18 in Krillin. I don't think anyone used them aside from like the very early days. They were not worth a spot. And then on the 11th anniversary one, the GT 8th anniversaries are getting an easy A, so they're worth something right now. Probably, I'd say they're gonna be better than what 6th anniversary Goku, which he's just a turn 1 dodge, and then just a strong. He's got a good team. He's got a very strong active. I think the GT 8th is gonna beat 6th Anni. 10th anniversary Gogeta versus 8th anniversary GT. I'm gonna say Gogeta is gonna be better, just because it boosts characters. It can do good once you break the Patara. It just won't survive in the some of the newer stuff. It's just the GDC did what normally a 10th anniversary, another anniversary does to the others. They just did it early. But I still think the 10th anniversary Gogeta is going to beat 8th anniversary GT from the 9th. Worldwide Blue Vegito versus GDC Omega. Omega wins. Just a better team supporter than just hopefully survive a turn or two, then become a pretty good unit. No, it's just good unit from turn 1, supports other units. Omega wins. And then Ledric, while he is not the greatest and he has similar hype to 18 and Krillin, I think he's going to be better for the team than them. So straight up Dokkan Fest, just not out of the park, but still better. The Carnivals, Kai Goku, not good at this point. Carney Future Gohan, pretty good. I'll give them that. Carney Cooler Goku, not the greatest at this point. Not to mention he would die pretty quickly after this. I'm going to hold off on the last one. But the SCR family Goku or Gohan, it's basically what Kai Goku is now. 9th anniversary Gogeta, basically what Carney Goku is. Future Gohan and I think Vegeta are about the same. After attacking turn 1, they're doing about the same. For Goku, though, versus LLR STR Bulma. I think Bulma from the beginning is better, but I think if you get to Super Saiyan 4, and not to mention the Golden Ape, I'm going to have to give it to for Goku. Just because it's say you're getting close to HP, he doesn't have the wane. So I'm just going to have to give it, it's similar vibes, and then, Bulma and Goku are the ones that have to face each other. And it's I'm going to have to give it to 4 Goku just because he eventually gets better than what Bulma would have been. It's like she's better by a little bit at turn one, and then there is a pretty good gap at the end. Um, but in the end, 5 EZAs over all of the ninth anniversary, while we're already at 4 EZAs and 2 Super EZAs, we're technically matching or better, if you want to say. Um, and then more to come, which is like the 8th anniversary part ones, still waiting for them. They're almost guaranteed. Like I said, if we're going to have a worldwide equivalent, getting Tanabata GT, getting the 2023 worldwide would be pretty good. Um, or even getting the Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because those guys were pushed off versus what they were supposed to be. Um, they better not wait for us to get an EZA for like so many years, because it makes no sense to just completely drop them. And then I think it's almost guaranteed that the RF Blues are getting an EZA here, so that technically would match in terms of EZA numbers. Um, but I'm kind of conflicted because of my Namek thing I said. Because if we're getting Namek or RF again in the late part of this year, they might hold off on this EZA until later. And we're just getting it available now. But I think we're definitely going to get at least 1 or 2 more units along with it, ROF. So I think what we're going to get is ROF, big characters with that, like possible worldwide equivalent, and then another Super EZA. So I think we're getting at least 6 more characters. So the fact that we're either equivalent or just a little bit less than the 10th anniversary, the 9th anniversary, we're beating them. We're beating the 9th anniversary. And then here's just a whole list of why the 11th anniversary is doing by itself, not having any equivalent to the 9th anniversary. We had the number ball lotteries. We had, sadly, here's why it kills it a little bit, but we had leaks that kind of called a lot of the other stuff. The Wait for Beast and the Daimas, I think the Daimas being, like the adult one, being the ones that everyone wants versus just Beast, which is, while like everyone wants a playable Beast, if you realistically think about it, the active skill is what Beast Gohan does for the most part. Like, there might be 1 or 2 moves he does more, but the active skill covered it. So while, yes, the Waint, I think, is better in terms of the Daima, I think just everything was covered within that year. And by the time we got to what Daima, Part 1, 11th anniversary, I think a lot of people were like, we kind of didn't have to wait that long. I mean, you got nothing. Well, we had the New Year's mini Super Saiyan and the Glorio before you had the Gamma 1 and 2, and then we had mini Super Saiyan 4 and what's his name? He's like number 2. The LR Big Boss. We got 4 units by the time they finally. They already had 2 by the time we had 4. But finally, by the time they give out the big ones everyone's waiting for, which don't even give people what they want, we already have all the units. And then finally, wait them like a few weeks, we have what we want. So I think 11th anniversary's wait for Daima is way less than what Superhero did. Limited character boost. This was introduced during the 10th anniversary, so we didn't have this during the 9th anniversary, but getting 2 okayest characters with Fizz, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and the Tech family Kamehameha is at least something. And then 6th anniversary, getting a boost. And not to mention they're getting boosted by several characters right now. It's worth it. The friend leader duplication update helps a lot. Uh, Global and JP are synced in this anniversary, so no one's just sitting. I wish I could do that right now. I mean, well, there's a lot of people who complain that they kind of wished that we could kind of see what JP's doing. That way, when we get to the summons, we can figure out what we want. Um, this is just a coincidence, but we did get the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, which did give us the Genki Dama event. During 8th anniversary, there was the Spirit Bomb events. You got rewards for doing that, and it's just free extra stuff. Daima Summon. There was the like to boost the new characters. You could get a lot of the older stuff from the New Year's to the Mini Super Saiyan 4 to Mini 3. So Mini Super Saiyan, Mini 3, Mini 4, Glorio, and the LR Big Bad, all on one banner. You get it was like 100 Dragon Stones, and you get a guaranteed person. So it's like yes, it wasn't worth it, but it was still something for newcomers to like jump right off. Then there was the reward tickets. During 2025, you were able to get reward tickets for wallpapers. That's a good little incentive to be ready for this anniversary. Battle motions. They were introduced during the 10th anniversary, and new units and existing units getting them. It's a nice little visual, nice thing. Global getting the raffle tickets that JP had, another extra boost. And then you have, to make up for a lot of the missing content that's new, we did get the 4 special battles. So there's technically 12 stages, 12 stones with missions that are also giving you skill orbs for new characters. So I think the special battle alone helps out with so much other content that is missing. So straight up, based on what I've written down here, your 11th anniversary is way better than a past basic anniversary, not counting the 10th anniversary. So stop crying and appreciate the fact that we're getting so much more to kind of try to at least match what the 10th anniversary hype was. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.